Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us. We want to welcome you to our February Bronx Farm to Table series. Super excited to have you. Super excited to have our home cook Regina Roberts with us, who's from the Bronx, who hails from South Carolina, and we're going to be making Jolofonio bean burgers with Regina today. So I'm going to pass it on over to Regina.
Okay, so that's it. That's what I was gonna say about myself. Except my roots are from South Carolina. You know, I'm born and raised in the Bronx. I'm a Bronx native and home cook. So I've never cooked in a professional kitchen, but we do this. We cook, and I'm here to help you learn how to make some fonio bean burgers today. So thank you for being here with me, and we're gonna get started. First thing I'm gonna do actually is put this water on to boil, because the fonio that we're gonna make is Yolele Jolofonio, which is really good. It starts off with boiling water. So I'm turning this on so that it can boil, and once that gets going, we're just gonna drop the fonio inside. It's really fast. It takes literally 5 minutes to cook, and it's really difficult to kind of mess it up. So that's always a good thing. I want us to start making the sauce. It's not really a sauce, it's a spread for the burger, for the buns. We have an avocado mayo spread that we're going to use for that. Cutting this open. Just like that. Take that seed out, scooping out each half. And it's soft enough to just smash up. You know, got a nice sized Hass avocado, that's important. So we want something that's gonna be soft. Let's try to mash it up as best as we can. It's not gonna be super smooth. We don't need it to be, but it should be at least free of really large chunks. And I'm gonna add the mayo, which is also gonna help when I mix that up again. And it's already coming together. So if you can see that, that's pretty much all you need to do. Like I said, it's not going to be super smooth, but once it gets like this, it's creamy enough. It's smooth enough. So now, add some mayo, and this is actually vegan. A vegan dressing and spread. We're trying to keep it vegan just because it sort of ended up that way. I wasn't even really trying to make a vegan recipe. It's just that once I did everything, I was like, oh wow, this really actually can be useful for a vegan recipe, because it didn't have any animal products in it. Other than the mayo, because I did use real mayo, and that was an easy swap. So I was like, okay, this can work. And that's it. A lot of people, it all depends on how you feel. If you like mayonnaise, put some more. If you want to use less avocado, do that. But I feel like this is a good mix right here. You don't need it to be too thin. Just like that is fine. And it's vegan mayo and avocado. You can't forget this lemon salt. I got this at Home Goods. Put some salt in there. We gotta give it a little something, and that's it. So we can set this aside for when we're done with these burgers. Maybe we can keep it in the fridge, let it chill a little bit. Now, Jolofonio. So this Yolele brand, this has been the only fonio I've known since I started cooking it and eating it. And there's several flavors. I would definitely recommend checking them out and seeing which ones you like. This is the jollof flavor, but they have a plain one, which is good if you want to play around with the flavors yourself. You can add your own herbs and spices. They have a yassa one, which is like onion and I don't remember all the flavors. I just remember it was delicious. So try it. Try all the flavors and figure out which one is your favorite now. This is the fonio here, and we're gonna look at something in a moment. So I'm just gonna put this in here. It's 1 cup to 1.5 cups of water. That's what's been working for me. Follow the package instructions and you can get your groove on this. It's really difficult to mess up. So, like I said earlier, once you stir that in there, bring it back to a boil, like so. And once you've done that, you're pretty much done. You cover this again, cut it off, and take it off the fire. And you have to let that sit for 5 minutes. Once you're done with that, 5 minutes, it's ready. So I'm gonna dump this can of black-eyed peas into my mixing bowl here. I'm like, what happened to my spoon when I left it with the avocado? It's okay. Alright, so we have this black-eyed peas here, and what we're going to do is mash it. It's important that we need to mash this thing up. It's almost like with the avocado, we might still have a little pea chunk in there, but it's not going to be whole peas like this, majority. We have to mash it. Alright, so the fonio is done. And can you see that? What I'm going to do, once you're done with it, you kind of fluff it up like that. Fluff it up. Once you fluff it up, and it's a grain. It's a grain, and I'm just gonna dump that right in there. We're going to mix this with these beans. This is 1 cup. If I need a little touch more, I'll go back in there. But for now, I think this is okay. So what I like to do at this point is season. This is Uncle Nitty's Creole seasoning. And then we have this black garlic adobo. Season that up. Mix it, and we have to do a little bit more mixing because I do put some flour in here. That's the final binder. Because I mean, the beans, they're thick. The fonio is a grain, but at the end of the day, the peas still have a little wetness to it, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to dry it up a little. So I have some flour in here. These cute little glass containers. So I'm just taking about 2 tablespoons out because what do we do with flour? Just like with chicken, right? We gotta still season it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put some of the adobo in here as well. It's okay. Alright. And we're gonna just add that in here so we can mix this up and bind it all together. Then we're gonna have to heat up some oil so we can get these burgers going. Thank you. Incorporate all this flour in here. And I think we're good to go. We're gonna make some patties. Well, we're gonna make some balls. I'll show you how it goes. All right. Basically, we're just taking a small amount, like this, okay? And you're patting it. Like I said, this is not ground beef. It's still a little wet, but it works if we do it like this. So it's more of like a ball we're making, so that when we put it into the pan, it's not going to just break apart. At least that's the hope. And we're just gonna press it down once it starts setting and frying a little bit. So that's gonna make the patty shape. We're not gonna start pressing it out as the patty shape, because then it's hard to move it around and transport it. Okay? Okay, so the goal is to get it in here easily. And then once you get it in here, pat it, mash it down, pinch it. It's mine. Tomato on top. More avocado. There we go. Instagram is Red Rice and Everything Nice, in case you didn't know. It's not difficult to find me in there. So give me a follow if you want. Please try this recipe out if it looks interesting to you. Feel out the mixture as you're making it at home. If you need more flour, add more flour. Make the patties. It's still gonna be good and delicious. And use your seasonings. And you don't have to stick to the ones we use today. You can use ones that you like and make it your own. All right, but please check out these seasonings that I showed you and check them out online, and maybe you can support that too as well. All right, guys, that's it for us today. Jalafonio burgers, bean burgers, and I'm Regina, Red Rice and Everything Nice. So thank you. Take care.